Welcome back to Classroomology 101. I'm your resident veteran teacher, Kate, and today we're talking about the letter B. And yesterday, we talked all about the letter A, and we talked about administration. And so I was so excited to see all of the people making guesses, and to be very honest, I think maybe one of you got it, but I can't remember. And so I went back and forth. What am I gonna do? What's the best piece of alphabetical advice that I could give them? And I could not decide. And finally, I landed upon the word balance. Yes, we're gonna be talking about balance today. And to be very honest, I'm the worst at balance. I mean, it's been 14 years and I'm still terrible with it. I am 100% telling you to do as I say, not as I do. And so I think, it's really hard for myself because I tend to be very independent and very single. Yes, I know it's hard to believe, but I am single. And I think that because I don't have a family or a husband or kids or, I tend to be like, well, I can stay a little bit longer and get this done, or, oh, I can do this, or, oh, I can do that. And what ends up happening is that I work so many hours to the point where the custodians are like, do you ever go home? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're here all the time. And so this year, I am no longer going to be team lead. I was team lead for the last 2 years, and it's a lot of extra work. I'm not gonna lie here, guys. It's a lot of extra work, and it's great. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's a lot of extra work. It just is. And so I was finding that what was happening is that it was adding a lot of extra hours to my day, and then I would come home and I'd be exhausted and I wouldn't want to do anything, and I'd be like, where's the pasta or the cookies? And, and then I'd fall into watching Netflix, and this is not being balanced. This is why I told you to do as I say, not as I do. And so I think you have to really, if you want to have balance, you need to set up some sort of expectations for yourself, right? And so this year, I won't work past 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Now, in the first month of school, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'll be there all day. And it's what it is, and it's just how it is for me at the beginning of the year. I know myself. But in October, in the second month of school, I have, this school year is 10 months. So in the second month, I still have 9 months to be balanced. And so for me, I think that if I set myself time restrictions, like you have to leave by this time. Yes, of course, there's going to be days where that's different. But the thing is with teaching is there's a lot of forgiveness in your classroom. So if you can't get to something that day, you know what? It's okay. You can get it to the next day. Or if you can't get to it at all, that's okay too. There are going to be things like, I think a lot of new teachers, you're worried about making sure you get everything graded and everything done. And you know what? There's some assignments and there are some things that you do that it's more about the learning process than it is about a grade. And so I think if you really want to be balanced, and you should really want to be balanced, that it's about self-care for yourself. And so I think that you would do well to set yourself with some sort of time limits. And I'm going to be doing the same this year. So I won't be staying past work, past 5 o'clock. And that's just how it is. 4:30 is my goal, but sometimes 5 o'clock maybe when I get out of there. And that's okay. And when I come home, I'm going to have certain things that I'm doing that are fun. You don't want to work all day and then come home and just do chores and go to bed. You need to have some sort of fun in your life too. You know, I think a lot of times we teachers, we tend to think like, well, I have vacation, I can do that, you know, later, this, that, whatever. But no, you need to take those random days and go, I'm going to happy hour tonight, or I'm going to the movies, or I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to do some art, or whatever it is that makes your heart happy. I'm going to Taco Tuesday, you know, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. But I think that if you don't allow yourself to have some sort of balance, you are destined for burnout. You just are. And every year, I do not know a single teacher who does not feel burned out at some point in their career of that year, in that teaching year, whatever. And I think that if you have balance, and I cannot stress to you enough that the days that you are feeling the most under pressure are the days that you need to just leave it there at school and go do something fun, because that is a telltale sign that you are on the verge of burnout. It just is. And so I hope that we can be balance buddies together because I plan on this year being as balanced as possible. And I think that if you have balance in your life, you're going to find that you enjoy your job all the more. And when you enjoy your job more, your students tend to also enjoy coming to school more. They tend to behave better. Your coworkers enjoy being around you more. And it just is a good situation all around. So go out there, be balanced, set your limits, and stick to them. I plan on doing the same. I hope you will take this advice and run with it, because I think it's very sound advice, if I do say so myself. Anyway, you guys, in the next video, we're going to be looking at the letter C, and I'm curious to know who thinks they know what our C word is going to be. That sounds awful. That sounds really bad. I mean, it just does. Let me say that a different way. Who thinks they know what the word is going to be for the letter C? That sounds much better. It just does. Make your comments, make your predictions, make your guesses down below. I'm curious to know what you guys think our next video will be on. From the bottom of my heart to yours, I appreciate each and every one of you. Help me out. I think that the advice that I'm giving in this series of videos, I mean, forget about my other ones. Oh, they're pretty good too. But I feel like this is really important advice that all teachers should be seeing, not just the newbies, not just the student teachers, not just your first years, but I kind of think for everybody this is important advice. And the best way to help me out is to share that and to get it out there. Go on your Twitters, go on your Instagrams, like, I don't know what else is available, but those are the things I use. You know, get it out there, share it up, share it on your Facebook, things like that, because it really truly does help me, and it then in turn helps a lot of other teachers that are getting started. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, hit the notification bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you. Tomorrow is all about the letter C. See you then. Oh, that was awful. Why did I say that? Bye, guys.